In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make FATHEAD pizza dough. We're going to start out with 7 ounces of shredded mozzarella. You want to make sure it is the pre-shredded kind and low moisture. I tried fresh shredded mozzarella one time and the pizza dough did not form up properly. And I do recommend measuring out 7 ounces versus trying to do, say, 3/4 of a cup. I'll put that in the pan. And then I'm going to add 3/4 of almond meal. And finally, I'm going to add 2 ounces of cream cheese. And I'm going to set the oven on, or the stove, on about medium heat, and I'm just going to let all of this melt together. Starting out, I'm just going to try to get the shredded mozzarella cheese coated well with the almond flour before it starts melting. And you know, every 20-30 seconds, I'm going to give it a good stir. I'm going to mash it around until it forms one cohesive dough. Another option is to melt all this, the mozzarella and the almond flour and the cream cheese in the microwave. And if you choose to do that, which is totally fine, I've done that plenty of times myself, you would want to melt it in 30-second increments, giving it a good stir in between. It's getting close, the cheese is starting to get melty. As you can see here, the dough is starting to come together and it's starting to actually look like pizza dough. Once the cheese is finished melting, I'm going to go ahead and transfer it to a different bowl so I can work with it. It's going to be a little warm at this point, so you want to be careful. Let it cool off a little bit, but not so much that you can't work with the dough. At this point, I'm going to add in my spices. I usually do about 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic salt or garlic powder, and then another 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. But with this, you can add whatever seasonings that you want. Throw it in there, and then I'm going to put in 1 egg. And at this point, I'm going to stir around a little bit with the spatula. Get the egg mixed in and the spices mixed in. But at some point, as with most dough, you're going to have to get your hands dirty. And that's the case with this dough too. So again, take off all your rings, and it's going to be very squishy, and it might still be very warm, so again, be careful with that. And you're just going to knead it and squish it between your fingers for about a minute to get everything good and mixed together. Once everything is nice and mixed together, then you have a choice to make. You can either make one big pizza, or you can do like my family does, and we make 4 personal pizzas. That way everyone can do their own toppings and have it however they want. So at this point, if you want one big pizza, you're just going to roll it out. You can roll it out on a pizza stone or just a regular cookie sheet and form it into a circle. Or if you want to do it for 4 personal pizzas, you know, you can divide it up as well as you can, just kind of eyeballing it. Or you can actually grab a food scale and make it even, which my family prefers that they are all nice and even. You're going to want to wash your hands off because it's very, very. The easiest way to get these rolled out is going to be to stick them between 2 pieces of parchment paper. And I get it mostly flattened out and kind of shaped. It's not wheat dough, so you can't, it doesn't have the same elasticity, so you can't really work with it the same way you do wheat dough. But you can kind of press it out into a circular shape, and then I will do a final bit of rolling with the rolling pin. And just get it to about a personal pan size, because I have my pan here that I'm going to put 4 different individual crusts on. So once I have the first one done, I'll just remove from the sheet and stick it on. Alright, once you have your pizza rolled out, whether it's one big pizza or 4 personal pizzas, you're going to stick it in the oven at 420 degrees from anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes, depending on how hot your oven cooks. At that point, I'm going to take the dough, I'm going to flip it over and stick it back in the oven for about 3 minutes before pulling it out. Alright, once the crust is golden brown, you can pull it out and it is ready for the next stage. right now you can do one of two things. You can either put them in the freezer for later or go ahead and fix them up right away. Either way, set the oven at 420, add your toppings on. If it's frozen, no need to thaw it out. Again, put your toppings on, you know what you like, I don't need to tell you what to put on your pizza. Put it back in the oven at 420 degrees and leave it in until everything's melted. I do like to turn the broiler on mine for the last couple of minutes just to get it nice and bubbly on top. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, go ahead and thumbs up. And if you would like to see more keto-friendly recipes, then make sure you hit that red subscribe button. I'll see you on the next video.